all recording, that's good. And hopefully the camera stops shaking. So, welcome to Reading ASMR. Hopefully you are enjoying a little bit of consistency. It will go very soon. I actually found some time out of my schedule to actually do some videos. I love photography, and I've kind of set myself a goal today as well to do a few things. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video along with a few others. Hopefully coming soon. What I really enjoy about this book is that it is for everyone. I think I've said it before. You know, it's an easy-ish read. I mean, I still can't read it, but you know, it's an easy-ish read, and you know, I think if you're lost in your own life, or you know, you're not really sure what to be when you're older, or maybe you're kind of at a certain point in your life where you think, you know, I'm supposed to know what I'm supposed to do, and why don't I? You know, you see people on YouTube, they're millionaires, they're this, that, and the other, and this book basically just says, don't worry about them. You know, just worry about what you've got going on and your family and your friends. So, yeah, without further ado, I will carry on with this book. Emotions are overrated. Emotions evolved for one specific purpose: to help us live and reproduce a little bit better. That's it. They are feedback mechanisms telling us that something is either likely right or likely wrong for us. Nothing more, nothing less. Much as the pain of touching a hot stove teaches you not to touch it again, the sadness of being alone teaches you not to do the things that made you feel so alone again. Emotions are simply biological signals designated to nudge you in the direction of beneficial change. Look, I don't mean to make light of your midlife crisis, or the fact that you're a drunk dad stole your bike when you were 8 years old and you still haven't gotten over it. But when it comes down to it, if you feel crappy, it's because your brain is telling you that there's a problem that's unaddressed or unresolved. In other words, negative emotions are a call to action. When you feel them, it's because you're supposed to do something. Positive emotions, on the other hand, are a reward for taking the proper action. When you feel them, life seems simple, and there's nothing else to do but enjoy it. Then, like everything else, the positive emotions go away because more problems inevitably emerge. Emotions are part of the equation of our lives, but not the entire equation. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it is good. Just because something feels bad doesn't mean it is bad. Emotions are merely signposts, suggestions that our neurobiology gives us, not commandments. Therefore, we shouldn't always trust our own emotions. In fact, I believe we should make a habit of questioning them. Many people are taught to repress their emotions for various personal, social, or cultural reasons, particularly negative emotions. Sadly, to deny one's negative emotions is to deny many of the feedback mechanisms that help a person solve problems. As a result, many of these repressed individuals struggle to deal with their problems throughout their lives, and they can't solve their problems. They can't be happy. Remember, pain serves a purpose. Just making sure we're fine on time. Yeah. Perfect. But then there are those people who over-identify with their emotions. Everything is justified for no other reason than they felt it. Oh, I broke your windshield, but I was really mad. I couldn't help it. Or, I dropped out of school and moved to Alaska because it felt right. Decision making based on emotion is intuition without the aid of reason to keep it in line. Pretty much always sucks. You know who bases their entire lives on emotions? 3-year-old kids and dogs. You know what else 3-year-old kids and dogs do? Shit on the carpet. An obsession and overinvestment in emotions fails us for the simple reason that the emotions never last. Whatever makes us happy today will no longer make us happy tomorrow, because our biology always needs something more. A fixation on happiness inevitably amounts to a never-ending pursuit of something else. A new house, a new relationship, another child, another pay rise. And despite all of our sweat and strain, we end up feeling eerily similar to how we started. Inadequate. Psychologists sometimes refer to this concept as a hard change our life situation, but we actually never feel very different. This is why our problems are recursive and unavoidable. The person you marry is the person you fight with. The house you buy is the house you repair. The dream job you take is the job you stress over. Everything comes with inherent sacrifice. Whatever makes us feel good will also inevitably make us feel bad. What we gain is also what we lose. What creates our positive experiences will define our negative experiences. This is a difficult pill to swallow. We like the idea that there's some form of ultimate happiness that can be attained. We like the idea that we can alleviate all of our suffering permanently. We like the idea that we can feel fulfilled and satisfied with our lives forever. But we cannot. Choose your struggle. Alright. I think reflecting on that chapter, I think it's exactly what I said at the beginning. It's actually very hard to ever be satisfied with our lives, with jobs, about materialistic items, and oh, hold on, there we go. With things in our life that ultimately will fade. Being content with nature, or being content with family, friends, those things are always going to stay around as long as you make sure they do. I'm not an activist pacifist by any means, but animals are a massive part of my life and happiness. But do I see animals every day? Yeah, I guess so. But I don't go stroke or say hello or, feed or, bath or anything. Animals at any time. I like nature. Doesn't mean I'm always out in it.